Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool Princess telephone, and this is Patty's telephone from New Jersey. And this is an early model. It has a date code of 261. So this telephone's been around for a while, and it's a cool color. It's in pink, and Patty basically does not really want any changes of this telephone. If we can keep the original handset cord, she wants to keep that. She also wants to keep the original dial center card that's in it. So pretty much keep everything the way it was, as long as the cords are good or can be used. And so this is the initial checkout. Now, she has two telephones in. She also has a pink 500 set, and we're going to be going through that. It has some issues also. And so she's basically had these packed away for quite some time, and now she wants to get them working again. So what we want to do is kind of show you a little bit of this phone. This is the initial checkout, and I want to show you the handset. The telephone overall is in good condition for its age, so we want to go ahead and pull the cover off. We have the cover loose. And this telephone does not have a bell in it. The early model Princess telephones did not have a bell, and so there is no place in this telephone to install a bell. And I want to show you the bottom of the telephone. It has a date code of 261. It's a 701B, Bell Systems Princess telephone. So this telephone's in very good condition. We do have the rotary loose, because what we want to do is we want to go through the rotary, and we want to make sure that that's oil cleaned and adjusted, and we want to go through the network and make sure that everything is proper there. We also want to check the hook switch. This gives you a version of the early model Princess telephone, and this is what they look like on the inside if you've never seen one. We also want to remove the dust cover here, so we'll go ahead and do that real quick. And we'll give you a look at the inside of the rotary. So that needs to be cleaned, adjusted, and oiled. We're going to get some more video of this telephone as we move along in the repair. And we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and I want to show a little bit about what's going on. We went ahead and went into the transmitter and cleaned all the connections and checked them, and they're good. We went ahead and went into the receiver, cleaned those connections, and that is all proper. We went into the block and the network, and we did find some bad connections at the network, so they were repaired. We also went through the rotary, cleaned, oiled, and adjusted the rotary. It's nice and smooth and turning the way it should now. We also found that whoever installed the line cord on this telephone, they did not install any spade clips so that when you screw them down on the block, they stay. They just had taken some of the coating of the wire off and then wrapped that wire, which is very thin, around the screws and screwed them down. And that caused probably some bad connection, because it probably wasn't touching all the time. It's kind of a preventive maintenance type situation. So we installed some spade connectors on the line cord like it should have had to begin with. So we're going to go ahead and take a short break, and we're going to put everything back together again, and we're going to do some final tests. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the repair of this telephone. We're going to run through a little bit about what went on. We checked and cleaned the connections at the receiver and the transmitter. We went into the block and made sure those connections were proper and that they were good. We checked the network and found some bad connections and repaired them. We went through the rotary, cleaned, oiled, and adjusted the rotary. We also cleaned the hook switch, and we installed spade connectors on the modular line cord. Someone had taken and installed a line cord on this telephone because at one time it was a hardwired telephone, and they just stripped back the coating and then wrapped the wire under the screw. And that's not a good way to do it. So that's been taken care of, and you won't have to worry about that any longer. So now it's time to do our final checks. Now, it wouldn't do any good to ring this telephone because when this telephone was put out, they assumed you had a bell box. And if you didn't have a bell box, they would install one for you. So that was back when the phone company took care of all your equipment, and they basically owned it. So this telephone is of the period and the age. It doesn't have a bell in it like you've seen earlier in the video. So we're just going to go ahead and do our final checks without ringing a bell because it doesn't have one. So we're going to go ahead and give you some dial tone. If you watch the analyzer, you'll watch the numbers roll by. The rotary is a lot smoother. We're going to end in a 2. Now we want to transmit into the handset. If you watch that red light on the analyzer, every time you see that red light up, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. So we know that this telephone has receive, transmit, it's dialing out. I have a switch box here, and I can push this button, and when I do, it takes the analyzer totally out of the situation and gives us a line out. Now we can call a time and temp number, and they're having problems with their equipment. You'll hear the recording start, but then there'll be a loud hum, and then the recording will continue. So now what we want to do is go ahead and call that time and temp number, give you some dial tone.
Good evening. Today is Monday, October 28th. The time is 9:37. Current temperature at 56 degrees. Becoming mostly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid-40s. Tuesday, showers likely in the morning. Chance of a shower and a thunderstorm in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-60s.
Okay, we can call one other number. We can call my number, and it'll be busy. Give you some dial tone. Now that we know that this telephone has been repaired, we can return it to Patty, and she can start enjoying this telephone again. And she's had these telephones a long time, and they were packed away, and now she's able to use them again. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.